Hey everyone, so for some of you who might be moving into the area, you don't know a lot about the history of Windsor, and some of the videos that I'm going to be doing for my YouTube page here are going to be talking a little bit about that history. And right now I'm standing out in front of a very interesting business that was here in this has been here in the city of Windsor for a very long time. It is Colonial Tool and Die on Walker Road. Right by the old GM plant. The old GM plant is right here. You can see the train moving cars around, and you can see the car parking lot where they got all kinds of fancy Chryslers parked. But Colonial Tool and Die has just been here for years and years and years and years and years doing its thing. And one of the things about Colonial Tool and Die that nobody really knows is that they are part of the reason for our Italian immigrants and other European immigrants as well too that had landed in Canada and here in the city of Windsor and started families and all of that. So Colonial Tool and Die back in the day, I don't know if they still do it or not, but they go overseas and actually recruit people over there and bring them over here. So they pay for the move and all of that stuff, or at least back in the day that's what they did, because they needed people doing tool and die business. And so that's one of the fun things about Colonial Tool and Die that a lot of people don't know. It's a old looking building here in the city of Windsor. You don't really think that they produce very much, but they have a great big part of Windsor history, and they've brought a lot of great families over here to the city of Windsor. And it's part of the reason our tool and die business here in the city of Windsor is going gangbusters. I just talked to another guy over at my retail store on Ottawa Street, and he was in his booth, and I happened to chat up him a little bit, how busy he was, and he's a buyer in the tool and die business, and he said, Brian, we're flooded, we're wall to wall. What's happening here in the city of Windsor is that the aerospace industry is coming back. They were shut down pretty hard for COVID, and the aerospace industry and the tool and die businesses here that specialize in the aerospace industry are all getting flush with orders, because as Boeing ticks up all of their production, all of those little pieces and parts on an airplane have to be built someplace, and there's pieces and parts built here in the city of Windsor. And he pointed out that with his firm, because they do the bigger projects, that they're giving all the jobbers tons and tons and tons of work. He said the ma and pa shops were handing off stuff left and right. So that's one of the other dynamics about the city of Windsor, is that all of the EV build out stuff is all coming through Windsor, and we're all building all the tooling here for it all. And Colonial is probably working on some of that right now. So just wanted to share with you a little bit about the history of Colonial Tool and Die, the old GM plant that's here. There used to be another GM building here where all these cars are parked. They tore it all down to put this car parking area in. And this car parking area that's there, that's Chrysler, but that's also our railroad here. Essex Terminal Railway Company uses that as a storage yard. And you can see over there, there's some pretty damn nice cars over there. Just in the first row, that little red one right there by the stop sign. I don't know if I can blow this up a little bit, but the red one there is probably a $90,000 car if I get my thumb out of the way there, my finger out of the way. But so that gives you a little bit of history about the city of Windsor, and it's fun to share. Have a great day. Bye.